The night is heating up, so let's go straight into the spin room and bring in Trump surrogate and South Dakota Governor, the wonderful Kristi Noem. Governor, good to see you. Thanks for being with us. Earlier in the program, we were talking about the impact of Donald Trump debating Kamala Harris, and Kamala being a woman, and the potential of the liberal media trying to call Donald Trump a sexist. Does Donald Trump have to handle this debate differently because of Kamala's sex? By the way, with a party who wants us to not have any sexes in everything but debates when the woman is a Democrat?
Yeah, no, President Trump just needs to tell people what he believes and what he's done, what his record is. And so I do think, Sean, you're right. She will play the woman card. She'll try to have a victim mentality, come forward with some kind of line or two that the media can pick up and play tomorrow. And I think he's disciplined that he will continue to focus on what it means to the American people to have a strong leader in the White House. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for how he's run this campaign and the way that he's bringing it across the finish line, and all the pressure's on her. That's why she's going to have some kind of a gimmick or some kind of a ploy in order to have a moment in this debate that she hopes that people will just be focused on tomorrow. They won't be talking about really what her policies are and what she truly does believe.
It was interesting last night, Governor, that Lee Carter, I wasn't here, but I was watching the show. Lee Carter was on, and she said that 55% of Americans that think that Kamala Harris represents more of the same, but 68% want a change agent. How on planet Earth can Kamala Harris stand up there and say, or even act as if she's an agent of change tonight?
Well, that's why she's been off the road for the last several days, is because she's had to be trained on what this campaign is trying to make her into. So I just don't think somebody can stand up there for an hour and a half and lie. She can say what she's told to say for a period of time, but she's lived a completely different life and embraced completely different policies her entire life, and that's hard to maintain. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see how she does, but how quickly she reverts to some kind of an attack or gimmick or line that tries to change President Trump's momentum. So this is going to be a good debate to watch. People have asked me if I think that this is a game changer. I don't think it's a game changer because the policies that they're debating are so far extreme from each other. The American people that just haven't made up their minds yet, they need to truly see who these candidates are and say, which one helps me pursue the American dream? Which one brings me more opportunity? Which one lets me keep more of my own money in my pocket and help me provide for my kids? That's really the stories that I'm hoping President Trump will tell, is the stories of how American people have been impacted by the poor leadership of Kamala Harris.
I agree but disagree with you, Governor. I do think this is going to be a game changer tonight, in that so many people don't know Kamala Harris. They didn't know her as vice president. They didn't know her as a senator, and she hasn't done interviews, so we haven't really been able to test her mettle. We haven't been able to see how she takes questions, how she responds, and I think tonight we're going to be able to see that. And again, I think the question will be, what truly are her positions? Are they the positions of 2019, where radical liberal leftists, or is she going to try to flip-flop into a more moderate Kamala Harris tonight, and how does that play with the American people? So I would think that tonight's debate could completely shake up the polling. We could see moves for either one of them after what happens tonight. Do you disagree?
Well, that's what we hope for, Sean. But I also know that unprecedented things have happened throughout this presidential campaign. We've seen things we never dreamed were possible. So there's time yet for things like that to still come forward in the next 50 days. So, and I don't know, every time we talk to her or hear from her, she still doesn't say what she stands for or what she believes. I hope we get to see that tonight in tonight's debate, but maybe what they've given her is a bunch of words that she can go say, but doesn't give any clarity to her positions. And so that's what I'm encouraging the American people to do tonight, is get past the personalities. Let's get past the production and the show and what they're going to do to try to play off each other to make good TV. Let's really think about these two individuals, what they've stood for their entire lives and the policies that they've perpetuated. How does that help the American family at home? If I'm a mom watching TV tonight, I want to know which one of these candidates is going to let me make better decisions for my kids, for their health, for their future, for their education. Which one's going to allow me to make those decisions for my child rather than go out there and dictate to me what has to happen? And that's, President Trump is the only one who is a leader that trusts people. He trusts people to make the best decisions for themselves. As governor, he's the only one that let me do my job. And that's what I love about his leadership style, is that he's confident in who he is and he knows what America is. He's clearly said over and over again how much he loves America. I don't know if Kamala does. And I love the fact that President Trump is a president that loves this country.
That is wonderful. Governor Kristi Noem, we love having you on the show. Thank you for being with us, and thanks for
Thank you.
bringing it to us from the spinner.
Yes.
Healthcare.